What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Let's see. Welcome to the morning fishing report. I left the dock this morning at 6, just as the eastern sky was getting light out. My weather app, Spectrum News, said light and variable, 0 to 5, out of the southeast. I want to be a weatherman when I grow up, because nowhere in the job description do they mention accuracy ever. So, not as bad as it was the last couple days, but she's blowing 10 to 15 out of the east-northeast. So, I mean, they're only off by about 90 degrees and 10 miles an hour. So, I pushed through the whitecaps and I went almost all the way to 133. So this is the second day now of this big east wind pushing back into the west end, and like a couple weeks ago, I just assumed that it was going to fill this end up with fish again and bait. And I've seen both all morning. It has not been for lack of seeing targets and food. I've thrown the kitchen sink this morning. I've been given every presentation 10 casts. And I'm counting them out. 10 casts. If you didn't produce in 10 casts, I'm going to something else. I've made one long drift. I didn't go back up on anything because I didn't have anything to go back up on. So I just made one drift right down, smack down Main Street from the island, and I'm just coming up to the red buoy in front of the boat ramp. Let's see, blades, multiple colors, jigging wraps, multiple colors, swim baits, multiple colors, jigging spoons, one color. Just before I started filming this, I had to take a moment. I was about to end my day on a complete disaster. My A-rig, my brown dog A-rig, I threw that this morning twice. And the second cast, I backlashed my reel, straightened out 20-pound fluorocarbon, heard that 22 caliber crack sound just like I shot it, and I watched it. With 5 brand new Kitech swim baits rigged on 5 brand new VMC twist lock heads, float to the bottom, down to Davy Jones' locker, baby. I had to sit down for a minute after that one. About $40 worth of hardware right down the drain. Literally down the drain. Oy vey! Dewey! So, I took a moment, I gathered my thoughts, and I'm going to fish my way out with a swim bait here. Talk to you guys for a moment. I just looked over. It's so funny. Tell me if this happens to you. I'll just be out here fishing, minding my own business, tooling along, and all of a sudden I'll look someplace. I'll look in a certain direction, and a fish comes out of the water. I just did it right there. I don't know why I looked over. I just happened to look over, and as I look over, this big head goes, whoa, just like that, right out of the water. I don't know. It's crazy, right? Like, what are the chances that as you look over, there's a fish right there that shows himself? Not to mention, coming out of the river this morning I don't want to say it wasn't dark, but it wasn't light. The eastern sky was getting light. I had 3 or 4 fish, 2 of which I thought were ducks swimming across the river, only to get up close, and it's a fish on the surface creating a V-wake, and I could see his back. And then I got down just between Route 11 and Route 81 bridges, and same thing. This thing was swimming at me. At first I thought it was a muskrat. And I get right up next to it. And it was a fish. I couldn't tell what it was, but it was half out of the water. Like its body was clearly out of the water. I'm like, what the flying mother fluffer is going on here? It's like, I thought it was a shark. I'm like, shark! I didn't know what the hell was going on. So yeah, it's just weird. Like I say, I just happened to look over. I'm talking to you. I just happened to look over, and weird. Weird. So that's my story today. I want to say a couple things too. It's deer season. I was supposed to be going deer hunting Saturday with my brothers up in the Adirondacks, but it got canceled or postponed or whatever. And boy, I've been seeing a lot of great pictures here lately. I've never killed a big buck myself. I just have never had a chance. I never had one in all the years, and I started deer hunting right when I was 16. Back in my day, that's how old until you could deer hunt. And I've never had an opportunity to kill a big buck. But this week alone, I saw Ian Renfro. Speaking of brown dog tackle, I saw him kill a nice one. I think he was out in Kansas. He told me, but I don't really remember. Vinny Shepard smacked a big old buck. Jim Frio, yesterday I see, was down in somewhere. He shot a beautiful buck. Chris Wines, gorgeous deer. I see pictures of him the other day. What a beautiful deer. Alex Peer shot a big buck yesterday. It's peak rut right now, and a lot of guys, I'm sure, look at me like I got shit for brains because I'm out here fishing every day, but I don't know. Priorities change in life, and it used to be. I shouldn't say it used to be. When I was a kid, like in high school, boy, come deer season, that was everything. I stopped fishing. I didn't even think about fishing in those days. This time of year, it was deer season. Period. End of story. I came home from the military, and I still deer hunted, but I got into duck and goose hunting hard. And for a lot of years there after the military, of course, I was guiding full time. And so this time of year, you were busy every day. My old buddy Mo Neal and I would wait until we had a day off from the river, and we would have been going. In those days, he was in Alaska in the summer. He'd have been back here for salmon season. I'd have been on the lake all summer and had drift boat trips every day from September 15th through like Thanksgiving. But sometime right around Thanksgiving, him and I used to mix in opening day of deer season down south. We'd go to my uncle's place, but we were looking for a day off to go duck hunting, and it usually wasn't until sometime late November. But then it was game on, because we didn't have a ton of trips in December and January, so we would duck hunt every day, and it was look at that. I got rewarded. Thanks, guys. Thanks for staying with me long enough. I got rewarded. Oh, I think it's a big bass. No? Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you see this? Do you see this fish? Oh, you're going to love this. Oh my God. Oh my God. This thing is a giant. Oh, I'm going to try to work with my stupid my stupid Rapala scale that never works. I'm going to tell you right now, this is my biggest largemouth I've ever caught. And my scale won't turn on. Son of a biscuit. Okay, well. Look at this sucker. Look at this sucker, and I'm not long arming him. I am not long arming him. This thing is a tank. 20 inches long, 20-inch largemouth. He just annihilated that swim bait. I don't know. It's got to be my biggest largemouth ever. And I don't have, I'm filming on my phone, so I don't have a picture of him. Get him on video. Ah, what a beauty. My stupid scale won't even turn on. All right, well, he's got to go back. Rapala scales. Suck. Ah. Man, he mushed up that swim bait. I'm out here. I never would have thought a largemouth was out here cruising, especially one of that size. I don't know, 20-inch largemouth on Oneida Lake. All those guys that fish largies out here all the time, tell me what you think that fish weighed. 5? I don't know, 5, 6, 12? It's the little things in life, right guys? It's the little things. Thanks everybody. We're going to wrap that up for a Thursday. The weekend's right around the corner. It's going to be beautiful today. It's going to be wet tomorrow. Thursday or Saturday's up in the air, and by Sunday it's going to feel like November. For the first time in November. So that's my day. Have a great day. Be great. Do great. Keep your tip up.